So it's just after 7 o'clock. It's still the 10th day of August 26, and I've gone down to the village, but it's in darkness already. I mean, it's amazing. But I talked about that last night actually. I'm sure I did at least. That's the turn off for Buckenty. Glen Almond stretches further along that way. The reason I've come up here is just because I want to show you this forest that's going to be attacked. So I saw the machines in here the other day ago. I've been covering an Ossian stone today, so this is part of it, so don't worry about things. I'm going up to film the second part at Newton Brig. I thought, I just had a piece of jam. I didn't even get a cup of tea or anything. I just sat down. I wanted to check to see if the footage that I had in the camera was loaded to the computer, and it was, so it's kind of unnecessary, but I was quite hungry, to be honest. In fact, I was ravenous. I couldn't be bothered starting to cook and that, because the time I did all that, well, I'd lose the best of the evening. So there's a vehicle, what do you call it, like a sort of crazy camper van type thing. Well, the camper van's alright, but the driver wasn't. He was mostly on this side of the road, all the way up. I couldn't get past him. He eventually tried to squeeze and let me past when a car was coming. Idiot. And he indicated it was free to go, and I could see the car coming. And somebody else got trapped behind him, but when I parked up over there, he passed, and again, he took this corner really. If anyone had come around, he would absolutely smash to bits. So this is what they've been doing. They've been digging all this out, which is to bring in the lorries for the wood, well, extraction. And I'm rather saddened about this, because this is a fantastic wood down here. Alec House is over at the back. They own this land. Or at least, no, possibly not. This will be Abercairnie land. But look, they just chuck everything down the banking here. But that's the larch, so they're going to take all that larch out by the looks of things. But I want to see the woodmen. I want to ask them if we're going to be taking out any Scots pine, because that's classic Sma Glen stuff all the way down. Any hidden treasure from these bloody Romans. Well, so they cleared quite a big area here. There wasn't any trees at this point, I'll have to tell you. It's all been completely bulldozed. This is a forestry track running down here, so we'll have a little mosey down here for a second. I may as well go down just now, because once they start the felling, there'll be no chance of getting in here. So I don't know if this is a new forestry track or it's been here before. Well, it's pretty bad, Andy. The track's all the way down. They're going to be felling everything here, and it means there's less places for the deer to hide out during the winter storms and stuff, you know. This is a favourite haunt of the deer. The river Almon's down there. So again, we'll follow the track along a little bit, and I suppose the trees have reached the maximum, haven't they? I suppose they've got to come out, Andy. Can't be there forever. Right, it's pretty clear to me that they're going to take everything out, including the Scots pine at the end there. Let's fingers crossed they don't touch it, but I don't know. Maybe they've been told to. I don't know. This is a sad loss to this glen. This is a beautiful part, the integral part of the Sma Glen is this entrance with all these beautiful larch trees, particularly in the spring and autumn. You know, the autumn browns and golden hues, and again in the springtime when they turn that lush green. So that would be a real loss. I'm sorry to tell you, but this is going to be a tragic loss. And when you look over into the other side, it's just going to be, you know, aching bracken braes. So I'm disappointed at this, and you know, we can't do anything about change, Andy. But it's just you can see all the trees that are marked. So fingers crossed that they're only thinning out the wood and they're not going to extract a lot. But you can see the markers on each of these trees that they're going to take away. So I'll just have to keep an eye on it. Hopefully get a chance to see the foresters and ask them if they're going to fell the Scots pine. I rather hope not. Well, you just don't know. I was just thinking, like YouTubers, I tend to tell you a lot about my private life, about what I have for my tea and all that sort of stuff. Well, you know, all the in-between parts. I don't think Neil Oliver and stuff, when they're doing their channel, starts telling you every bloody thing that goes on in their life. The temperature dropped to about 6 degrees down at my place, and completely gloomy dark. Not dark, but you know what I mean. It's there's no sunlight at all. It's horrible. That's maybe starting to think that that's why my condition's been so terrible and gotten worse over the last 20 years. It's the location I stay at. I always said I wanted to have a north-facing, a house on a north-facing slope, because in the summer months you get the sun the whole time in the evening. Anyone facing south doesn't. This is going to be a horrible bloody mess after this is all gutted. Anyway, let's get up to Newtonbreg and we'll cover the Ossian stone. So we're just about to cross the Wades Bridge, a reinforced Wades Bridge. It's been here since 1730s, on the road north to Fort Augustus. And this stone over here is the one that the council suggests is Ossian stone, and I beg to differ. The track is probably what's thrown them. They probably think that track is has got something to do with Wades Road, but it's not. This is a stone that they announced had been rolled by Wades troops. Well, it wasn't in the way, was it? If you consider the line of the road, and Wades Road crosses a little pack bridge up there at the Milton Burn, and then is it the Milton Burn, Andrew, or the Newton Burn? The Milton. I'll correct myself if I need to. Yeah, because that property over there is... I always get mixed up with that. I think I've made that mistake before. I always get mixed up between the Milton and the Newtons. And the Waltons. But that's not it. So, back to square one, Andrew. Hopefully you can hear me in this wind. It's getting a bit breezy. Oh. So we're going across, and No. No. No, the troops didn't move that. What the hell would they want to move it for? They would say, look, General Wade, I know you're paying us a damn good price for this road building, and you're feeding us every day, but come on, this is just too big to bloody move. Even if 40 of us shoved that, it's, what's the point? Why don't we just put the road round it? Yes, good idea, said General Wade. General George Wade, he said, I agree entirely. One time in the future, in about 300 years, I'll create a lot of confusion in Strathearn, particularly with the council and some observant people who want the matter closed. These are sheep trails, these are not, this is not a road. No, this is the road there, that's not it either, Andy. That's just a nonsense. And if it was in the road over there, a good Scottish term, you're in the road. If it was in the road and they rolled it that way, again, pointless. No. No, I don't accept any of it. Look at the size of the bloody thing. Yeah. I mean, it is possible to move it. And crikey, they built the pyramids, didn't they? And they built massive cathedrals with great big blocks of bloody granite and everything. So I'm none the wiser. And this may be a mystery that remains unsolved as to which stone it is. But this one seems more obvious than the one way out there, but again, it's 6 1/2 Very confusing for children. My granny used to say that often to me. 6 1/2 Andrew. Yes, I know. I've counted them 1 to 6. Why do you keep saying it? It's just a phrase, meaning that either or. Yeah, a lot of this area has lost its original magical appeal to me, I'm afraid, because of so much wayward traffic and visitors now. This was a little gem in the countryside, and I took full advantage of it, Andy, when I was a youngster, walking in from Glenalmond, the whole of Glenalmond, all the way out. I've told you before about the story of the couple I got a lift off. I was about 14, I think, 13 or 14. I've been up at Amalree, and I was walking on the road and they stopped. Would you like a lift anywhere? Well, yes, I could do with a lift down to Crieff if it's alright. I think it's not a direction. Hop in. And they were a very, very pleasant couple, a couple of angels, that's what they were like. And I always remember it. I think I've said it before on the channel, but I never forgot this. Where have you been? I says, up climbing at Amalree. A gorgeous place, isn't it? I says, oh yes. We've been up at Ben Law's. What, climbing it? Says, no, we've been up at Ben Law's car park watching squalls. I always remember that. And ever since that day I've had a fascination for watching squalls. And I must say it's a very interesting thing to do. A wintry or spring day watching the squalls race through in the brisk northwesterly wind. Yeah. I think what we'll do, Annie, we'll go over that stone, we'll have a cigaretto, please. Haven't you smoked too much? No, I've not had one since, crikey, since 5:20. You know something that's odd? It's almost 3 times in a row that watch of mine has been showing 20 minutes to 8. 3 nights in succession, I wonder what that's about. I'll sit here, please, Andy, roll a cigaretto and just enjoy life. Yeah. I think you enjoy life more when you've got a cigarette in your mouth. I certainly do. Yes, I definitely do. A cigarette and a large one, please. Yes, thank you very much. Who's that from? Oh, cheers, thank you very much, that was very kind of you. You don't mind if I drink it quickly? Yeah, I'm sure the bridge was not as tall as that originally. I think it was much smaller, and that's been added at a later date, the top part. I don't know. Again, I'm just supposing there are things. But it has been reinforced, I know that much. It had to be for the lorries and stuff, you know. Look at this chap here. You got a busy life, haven't you? Yes, Andy, I've got a busy life. I'm looking for my supper. Yes. It's just lovely sitting here watching the creeping thistle and the seed heads all ready to depart to find new territory from the mother plant. There won't be many weeks before all this turns all the colours of autumn and the temperature falls away. There's more of those seeds going. Am I missing them? Look. Yes, I see you. Bye bye. So the mystery of Ossian stone is not solved, I'm afraid. And hopefully you've enjoyed the video that I've made regarding this. I know it's a bit back and forth with me. But it's just trying to unravel the mystery. I mean, let's assume that it's not even a Wade's bridge. Newton, no, Telford, Thomas Telford built a lot of the bridges in Scotland in the 18th century, late 18th century, moving forward. I don't think it's a Telford bridge, Andy. I think it's Wade's. So I'm going to leave the video there now, and that's all I've got for you on this subject. I dare say you're quite happy about that. But at the end of the day, I'm just trying to put the jigsaw pieces together, and hopefully we come up with the answers for future loads. Thanks for watching. Alright, just before I leave you on this subject, the footage here is not very good actually. It's off Bing. I mean, since I lost the OS maps on here, it's terrible. But this is the satellite image from the Sma Glen, and Ossian stone is down here, well, the one that we've been discussing earlier in the day. The river almonds here, and snakes its way around, but I'll keep it here, because what I want to show you is just along here. You can see the faint track, but where I was standing earlier, this is it here, and you can quite clearly see the road, or at least I hope you can you? So if we zoom in a little bit here, Andrew, you can see quite clearly Wades Road running parallel with the carriageway. And as I said, I followed it round and it comes past the cottage up here. And this is a thick forested area, and sneaks its way through and joins up and comes along. And this is the Newton brig here, and that's that second stone that's causing all the confusion, because the council had announced that's the Ossian stone and signposted it all along here that's the true Ossian stone. This place in here, incidentally, is called Newton. Surprise, surprise. I keep calling it Milton. I don't know why I do that, but it seems to have stuck in my mind. And the burn which comes down is called the Lurg burn, and somewhere in about here is another Wades bridge here. So I mean, I've sat on there. It's one of the places that I thought if I don't get a burial and I get cremated, this is where I want my ashes scattered. I don't think anyone wants to scratch my ashes, but certainly that's where I would like them scattered, just here, because this is the earliest thing I can remember. Don't ask me why, but this is one of my earliest memories in life. I've got a couple, but this is one here, and there's no reason I should remember that as one of my first memories. And this is the Wades Road continuing north to Corrymucklock, which I think if you've followed my channel, you know I've walked the whole damn thing. So it's pretty clear on the satellite image, and you can see the main road follows pretty much the same route for most of the way. But anyway, I thought I'd leave you that little extra piece of info. But General Wades Road is exceptionally well built from the 1730s, and as I say, I've walked the whole damn thing, and well, we come up to Corrymucklock, which is just around the corner here. This Corrymucklock is just in here. This is Corrymucklock in here. So you can see Wades Road travelling still across the lands. There's a few standing still, but I won't bore you, because it's rather tedious. It's interesting just to sit and watch it. So we shall leave it at that, Andy. In fact, we won't. Let's go to Glen Crieff, where I spent the rest of the evening, just to finish off this video. Thanks so much for watching anyway. Well, hello again on the 10th of August 26. I couldn't, well, my day wouldn't have been complete if I hadn't driven up here to Glen Crieff, and I'm so pleased to have. The sky, let me say first of all, I don't know how much footage I've got left, so there's a chance that my camera might conk out mid-sentence, so I will talk until it conks out. I can't delete anything. There's you can't see it in the camera, but I can see it over that way. It's a very beautiful patch of the sky, all the colours of the rainbow. It's not, it's rainbow colours, but it's not a rainbow. It's quite unique. That just very beautiful. Can we see it out here? I can't see into the sun, you see. You may see it, I don't know, I can't, well, this camera you can, when you're facing the sun you can't see anything on the screen. It's a particularly beautiful night, I have to tell you. I'm almost certain tonight we'll get northern lights. I'm absolutely convinced we will. It's approaching the new moon, the sky's in perfect shape for it, and you can see all the kind of, well, I can see all these streaks, and it's fairly indicative of when the sun goes down and the stars begin to appear. That's one thing I noticed when I was out last night. The stars are gorgeous. I love August when the stars return. Well, they're always there, they don't go anywhere, but you don't see them so well during the months of May and June and July. But it's particularly beautiful. I have to say, I'm so envious of the woman that lives along at the end of this road. I'm quite sure from October till March, I probably wouldn't think the same. Glen Crieff itself is a damn miserable place in winter. Truly awful. I mean, it's just horrendous to live out that way. The sun never really reaches it, you see. And it's just frost and fog, and the wet weather just settles and it doesn't move. It's just, and as you know, the wind always blows. Am I talking to myself or am I talking to you? I couldn't go home because, as I said earlier on, the village is down the 85. It's so gloomy dark. I mean, everybody's in their house. Hell knows what they're doing. And that's their business, of course. But what I mean is, it's a summer's night, and you can be mistaken that you look out your window in Gilmerton and you think, well, that's it, sundown's arrived, and yet when I was down there at 7 o'clock, the place was in gloom, and come up here and there's still another hour of this to go. Easily. Well, not easily, Andy. About an hour. Yeah, there's my footage flashing up. I'm going to be out of it soon. Anyway, I'll switch off. I often come up here anyway and don't speak to the camera, so I'll have a cigarette here and just sit and watch the sun on the plants. It's terrific. It's absolutely heaven. Not a sound. A distant motorbike I hear way out somewhere. That's about it. There's a deer along there. Started with that bloody awful bike. What a damn racket. Isn't it absolutely wonderful, Andy? Every single day is different, isn't it? The perfect time of night with the pigeons, hear them. I'm surprised my footage has lasted this long. It's been flashing at me for ages. Okay, let's have a cigarette and then we'll think about getting home. You need your dinner. Yes, I know, I'm starting to think that too. Alright, let's organise ourselves and go.